Black family was trying to have a reunion on June 7th, and of course, it took a crazy racist white man to screw the whole thing up, like literally, y'all. Check this out. Roll a video. This actually happened. And it shows you just the insane stuff that black folk have to deal with. Police have charged Jeffrey Tyler Kinzer with aggravated assault after he unloaded an AR-15 style rifle at a black family reunion. Kashana Wilson posted this on TikTok. Now, witnesses told police that Kinzer drove by had involved in a verbal confrontation with people attending the event. He later returned on foot carrying his AR-style weapon and wearing body armor. Several people returned fire, hitting Kinzer, who was treated at a local hospital. He was arrested, but released the next day on a $5,000 bond. Matt, $5,000 bond?
Oh, man, I did not expect you to say that. Yeah, and this is, I don't know how any judge could issue a $5,000 bond on this. I was just thinking about it. I don't know Georgia law, but, you know, in my career, I have seen a lot of murder cases and, you know, capital murder, all that kind of stuff. I've never really seen an attempted murder case. I think this is most certainly an attempted murder case. And this is the kind of thing where the bond should be sky high, because you don't even have him shooting at people, my understanding, with it being contemporaneous with whatever issue he had. He left, came back, and was in body armor, right? So usually body armor is an extra felony, another felony, especially if you're already a felon. But it shows premeditation. It shows the intent to go and do what he did. And I don't know how on earth a judge arrived at $5,000 on a bond on this. This is the kind of thing they should have held him with no bond or made his bond north of $1 million, because this guy is shooting where he knows there's a very heavily populated area. There's clearly bedlam, people running away from the shots. And, you know, even if he gets out on bond, or he is out on bond, I don't know what kind of defense he's going to mount when the trial comes, because going to get body armor and coming back with an AR-15 is per se intention under any state's, you know, intentional part of their murder or attempted murder statute. And I don't know how you defend this. This is very obviously that. And I think he's going to go to prison for a good long time. This is really abhorrent. And I don't know how this judge arrived at that bond.
I'm trying to understand, Avis, how you come back with an AR-15 style weapon, body armor, and you get charged with aggravated assault and not attempted murder. Like what? Like, what the hell?
This is America. That's how. I mean, really, there's no other explanation for it. Imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if it was a group of white people, a large gathering of a white family that included men, women, and children. And the very same scenario happens, that a black man leaves, goes home, puts on body armor, comes back with an automatic weapon, and then just shoots for an extended period of time in the area where all of these people are. It would never happen that person would be out. But I mean, $5,000 is nothing. You only need to have 10%. That he would be out with $500. Okay, so it's absolutely nothing, and that shows you how little the Black lives are valued in this nation. You know, really quickly, I know this recently with everything that happened with Carmela Anthony. I looked at a study that looked at you know, what happens with regards to self-defense cases across the racial dynamic. And I found one at the Urban Institute that said that a white person who is charged with that is claiming self-defense after killing a black person is 10 times more likely to be able to get off with justifiable homicide. They're 10 times more likely to be let free as a result of that than a black person who kills a white person in self-defense. We know that the statistics are hugely different in this country in terms of how how justice writ large deals with black people. And that's the only way that I can explain how this person can go and do this, putting our families in danger, men, women, and children, and then be home potentially the very next day because the bond is so low. And I don't even feel very confident that he's going to spend a long time in prison. I really don't.
Michael?
Yeah, Roland. You know, you asked how wasn't he charged with attempted murder? Why was the bond so low? Well, you're dealing with a former Confederate state, Georgia, okay? And For those that don't know, Georgia has the largest Confederate monument out of anywhere in the country. It's called Stone Mountain. So I was reading the story here. You know, this is terrifying. Just seeing the video and hearing the screams of people as shots rang out. And before this guy came back with the body armor and the AR-15 rifle, when the witnesses said he was yelling the N-word as well. Okay, but I am so glad that you had people who were armed and shot back. And we have a history of shooting back at white supremacists. And one of those greatest histories is the Robert Charles riots of 1900 in New Orleans. People go read that because we have to protect ourselves. This right here, if you don't know, Robert Charles shot 27 white people, including 7 white police officers, before he was eventually killed. So when people say we're not our ancestors, you don't understand our ancestors. Go read the book, There's Nonviolent Stuff to Get You Killed, How Guns Made the Civil Rights Movement Possible by Professor Charles E. Cobb Jr. And check out Roland's interview with Professor Charles E. Cobb Jr. as well. We don't understand our history.
Nope, we don't. So we'll see what is next in this particular case.